welcome to episode 58 of the OVW Fanzone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jack Minogues.
And I'm Brian Hines.
And we are joined by, at this point, the other hosts of this show, Chris Runyon and Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry, Chris Runyon, how are you guys?
Good. Doing wonderful, guys. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Great.
It's a little hot in here, but I dressed for summer vacation. Trying to keep it classy with the jacket on, but, you know.
I keep it classy.
And the swim trunks.
I keep it classy by representing the face that runs the place, Crixus, the Scottish War Machine. Y'all already know what it's at.
So. Oh, yeah. So let's start there. I love when we have guests and we just start hot. What do you think of Crixus right now, like, in this moment? Seems like he has a little bit of a different presentation this past week. How are you feeling about your boy?
I'm feeling confident. I believe that he is in the right position, right frame of mind. I think, as it looks right now, I've been pro-revolution this whole entire time, but it looks like maybe the revolution is kind of taking less likely moving forward at OVW here in the near future. And if that's the case, I think Scottish War Machine's trying to get back what he never lost in the very first place, and that was his OVW Heavyweight Championship.
That is a very good point. Yeah, he did not, in fact, lose anything. He had to forfeit it due to injury.
How are you feeling about his chances in the OVW Heavyweight title tournament?
I have all the confidence. I think that obviously Shotgun Tony Gunn's going to be a very tough matchup.
Mm-hmm. I saw that against Donovan this past week.
Yes, and I think all the competitors that's in the tournament is very credible enough that you could see them actually winning it. I just think Crixus is on a run right now. He's on a mission to get back what he never lost, and outside of like an injury or anything like that, I hope that nothing like that happens again. I think.
Shut it.
No.
I know we don't want that to happen.
That's a deduction right there.
Yeah, exactly. Please give me 5 of them.
Okay.
But
Hey, Jack,
Got to turn the mic
Jack,
on.
do me a favor
Yes.
and see if make sure your microphone you're right. It's not a little crooked because you're a little tinny, and I think maybe your mic is off center.
Oh, I will fix that right now.
Thank you, sir.
Brian Hines, take it away real quick.
Shall we? Okay. If you haven't been to the fan zone before, this is where the fans talk back. If you have something that you would like to ask about the OVW or something specific about one of the wrestlers, here's a perfect opportunity. If you really, really have something to say and you're serious about it, a super chat's the way to go. That guy behind the mic back there will cut us off mid-sentence.
I really will. It's
Like he
my
just
favorite
did.
thing.
That's a deduction.
Try it now, Chapman.
Did we get a super chat? Is that why you cut him off?
I was just illustrating.
No, it's force I have it.
Okay. Does this sound better? Does everybody out there in the
that's
chat
much better.
sound better? Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have the super chats. This is where the OVW fans talk back. That's why we have 2 fans here. That's why we're sitting here with 2 fans right now.
do I even want to ask? You're already laughing.
I'm just trying to follow along in the chat.
I'm going to give you a deduction.
I got your deduction right here, pal.
Tell us what's going on in the chat. We love to see the chat.
We're
as part of the
talking
show.
about Steven Steele.
Okay.
Who
Seductive.
Yeah.
All 169 pounds of them, baby.
Wendy says if he's 169 pounds, I'm Queen of America.
Well, she is a queen of man. Wendy's awesome. Wendy, people, Fanzone Live. That man is 169 pounds. No questions should be asked. He is a sexy beast, baby.
I will correct. 179 pounds. He is a champion. He's a champion. Got 10 pounds of gold around his waist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It's not around his waist necessarily. If you watch
That's
this past
true.
week's
That's true.
episode,
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't
he
really.
shakes it more than twice, is what I'm saying.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and he's proud of it.
Obviously, we all saw it.
Things have changed a lot, you know.
Fine.
Yeah.
What about him versus cash flow?
I think that'd be great. I mean, I don't know whether Cashflow could qualify for the Rush division. I'm pretty sure he's not 169 pounds, but Steven Steele definitely is.
Can't cash flow. I mean, thanks for coming, buddy. Steven Steele's got your number. That's how I feel.
Oh,
Wow.
burn.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it.
You remember in Austin Powers, the fembots,
I do. Yeah.
how they had the guns?
Yeah.
Sure.
That made
He's kind of got those guns.
that made a really big impression, and taught me a lot of weird things about women as well. So I definitely know what the fembots.
Sure.
I think Austin Powers taught a lot of us some things that we didn't think we could ever know.
Yeah.
Some things I can't repeat on here, but nonetheless,
Yeah, we'll wait till off camera for sure.
that's still a deduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
unfortunately.
about the same age. Austin Powers was a phenomenon at sleepovers and slumber parties.
Yeah.
Matthew, thanks for joining us tonight. Yesterday was your birthday.
Monday.
Monday?
Get it right. That's the deduction
26
right there.
years old.
26 years old. What'd you do for your birthday, Matthew?
We went to Buffalo twice.
Oh, right on. Yeah, Buffalo Trace.
Solid. That tracks.
Matt-
You being a bourbon guy.
Yeah,
That's a
Matthew,
fun tour.
you're a huge bourbon guy.
And then we ate at Olive Garden.
Oh, Olive Garden.
Okay.
What do you get at Olive Garden?
The cheese ravioli.
Oh, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a happy birthday. I'm glad that you were down here joining us this week, Matthew. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Brian Hines, let's do tour update.
Oh, we're going to go ahead and get those out of the way?
Let's. Why not? Why not?
Well, that sounds delightful. Every Thursday at Hot Point Davis Arena, you can catch OVW Rise. Doors open at 6:15, Overdrive matches start at 6:30, and Rise runs from 7 to 9. This Saturday,
And you can see these guys there.
every single week you can see these guys. This Saturday, there is a free all-ages show at Element Eatery. That is June 28th. That is in Cincinnati, Ohio. If you're any of my LBC family or anybody that I know from Cincinnati, I plan on trying to go. You should too. I did a little research. It's to the east of Hyde Park, or maybe like Oakley, a little bit further east of Oakley. But
I heard it's one of like the nice areas of Cincinnati.
it is a nice area of
Yeah.
Cincinnati. If I had Oakley money, I probably would have still stayed there. But nevertheless, here we are.
If I had Oakley money, I wouldn't. I'd be able to drive better because I'd be able to see in the sun.
Okay, also that's fair.
I knew there was a sunglass joke coming there. I was just wondering which one of you was going to make it.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I knew it was. Gonna
If
be
I
him.
had Oakley money, I'd look like an outfielder in the year 2004.
That's baseball humor, folks.
Oh, it's baseball season. I love it.
Yep, swing and a miss. We've got
Oh,
OVW.
no, I nailed that. I was out of the park. That was out of the park.
Ball one. So our next show is OVW Independence Rage. That's next Tuesday, Hot Point Davis Arena, July 1st.
There's one tomorrow, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, so the next
Yeah,
show
tomorrow's a regular Thursday, business as usual. But for the following week, you'll be able to catch it at home on Thursday, but they're going to actually tape it on Tuesday. So that would be Independence Rage. The next show is one of our favorites of the year. It will be happening at the Manchester Music Hall. That is July 5th. If you've never been to a house show, an OVW house show, I cannot more highly recommend this because it is always a great time. They pull out all the stops, and if you went and you didn't have a good time, I'll eat my hat. Last but not least,
Never
following
seen you in a
Saturday,
hat.
and that's why I said that, because I'm not wearing a hat.
Actually,
so
no, you
I'm
have
not
you do
anything.
have a Malabali Shira hat
I do.
that you've rocked once or twice.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the one time I ran into Jose at Hot Point Davis Arena, I was wearing that hat, and he was kind enough to take a pretty cool picture with me wearing that. I was looking at that the other day. Last but not least, we've got free show, courtesy accurate.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
That is
Courtesy's
a free outdoor
show.
show. Apparently, there will probably be food trucks, bouncy houses. If you're in the market for a new ride, I would imagine that since it's at a car dealership, that would be the perfect place to go and take a look. So, if you're in town, check it out. You can get tickets for any and all of these shows at OVWTix. That's TIX.com.
Now, Chris, we know that you're married to a wonderful woman, but you're also married to your job, so you don't get out to go to some of these events as much as you would like. Matthew, is there anything on the calendar that you're looking forward to? Is there anything you're gonna be able to make it to, you think?
Maybe the Lexington show.
Oh, that would be so much fun, man. You know where we're at, so if you come down, make sure you hit us up.
Do you know where the Manchester is? Okay, so you remember the first time you guys came down and we went for pizza and went to the arcade? It's literally like 2/10 of a mile
Yeah,
down the
it's
street.
right
super
on the other
close.
side
It's
of that.
really close.
Super close.
Right on the other side of that. So, and hopefully that'll be a fun day for us as well.
They always are.
Want to take this moment that just to let everyone know, anybody that's associated with OVW behind the scenes or in the ring, we are going to set up shop in here. We're going to get food. We want to do interviews, other content. We really want to use the first part of that day to to elevate, to give you guys the opportunity to kind of get yourselves out there a little bit. And we'd love to have any and all of you by. Even if you don't want to do content, come hang out and eat. Like, please, please, please.
I was literally arranging a brunch with our good friend Miss Goodlet today.
Yeah. So
For Saturday?
For Saturday, yes.
and this
Okay.
is this girl can cook.
Ask anybody who's been here before. Ask around the
Yeah.
locker room tomorrow if you've never been here. Find somebody who's been to see us. Ask them about the food.
So you were addressing the OVW locker room with those comments.
Yes.
Okay.
And one final comment.
Okay.
As we've already established, you guys won't have to worry about missing your call time, anything like that. We're right around. the
No,
corner.
absolutely not. We walked home from the borough once to my apartment. My apartment's on the opposite side of work.
10-minute walk.
10-minute walk.
10-minute walk.
Worst case scenario, if you have to walk there because your ride
there's-
left you behind.
No, listen, if you're here, there is no worst case scenario. We'll get you there. That's a promise from the OVW podcast.
Yeah.
We will get you there. We'll call you a lift if we're busy. We'll stack you up in Heinz's car 6 deep if we have to.
Come on, man.
We will
Let's do
get
it.
you there. If there's any, if that is a concern of yours, eliminate it from your mind because we will do everything in our power to eliminate it as a possibility.
Yeah. And if you haven't been here before, if you're part of the OVW locker room and you haven't been here, basically we'll be here from, I don't know. I mean, it's just,
Noon is what I'm thinking.
well, okay, we're thinking noon. From noon on
I'll
until
be
you
here
have to
at
leave.
12:15.
There's going to be tons of great food. We could play some basketball downstairs. We've got plenty of video game options. We can do silly videos. We can do interviews. We can do whatever you want. It's a great time. Please don't feel like you're a stranger because you're not going to be any stranger than us.
Wonderfully put, Brian Hines.
Thank you very much.
Where can we find tickets again? OVW TICKS?
I'm glad you asked. It's OVW Tix, TIX.
Right.
.com.
TIX.com. All right, guys. We're going to take a break real quick. We'll be back with our guests, Chris Runyon, Matthew Berry, Birthday Boy, Tequila Connoisseur,
Bourbon enthusiast.
Bourbon Enthusiast,
Model car hobbyist.
Angelica Risk's biggest fan.
That's true.
We'll be back right after this.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
This week, hopefully, we'll have this all straightened out.
Fanzone. Whoa.
Get your ticket.
My name is Buzz Backlund, and I'm in the OVW Fanzone.
Welcome back, OVW Fanzone Live. My name is Jack Oaks.
Behind's over here in the corner where you're joined with Chris Runyon and Matthew Berry.
Tiny Brian is usually here. He's usually in the chat. If you guys are in the chat, please give us all of your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, requests, anything OVW or wrestling related. We will get to it at the end of this program. He is off mic, though, right now. So, I guess we should review last week. Is that what we're doing right now?
We would ordinarily review predictions, but
There's
I have a feeling he'll be back here in the room
There's
momentarily.
there's no producer, and much like that scene in Anchorman, which is full of so many good scenes. When it's not in front of me, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just a pretty face.
Let's move on to predictions.
Okay, Malachi.
We can't do that yet. That's
No.
a deduction.
No. I love it. I love it. He already did it. Let's roll with predictions. Malachi, what's in the giant window? What's in the magic window? Oh, wait.
Looks to be something heavyweight related. Crixus and Vaughn.
How about you guys just... I have one job in this organization.
And that's why I tried to pinch it off, because I knew that we were going to have this conversation if we even started to get into it, and here we are.
All right. let's do this segment right. Let's start with the review.
I kind of like Malachi was bringing his own flavor to it. It was avant-garde. I liked it. Malachi's like the new Hollywood movement in the 80s.
Well, we'll
He's Abel Ferrara.
we'll get him his own show, and he can do what he likes. We had a OVW Tag Team Championship match last week, pitting the trifecta. One thing, Chris, what I love about you is you are consistent. Like, if I see a new thing happen on OVW, I may not understand it fully, but I'm pretty sure I can guess how Chris is going to react one way or t'other, and I just love that. So the trifecta versus Lawless and Lawrence.
T'other?
Yeah, t'other. I'm from the mountains. What do you want from me?
Some people have to pay for that.
I'm telling you. Both of you predicted Lawless and Lawrence would win this one. And unfortunately for you guys, they did not pull that out.
Because Ashton Adonis and Brandon Beretta pulled out the tag team belts and hit them with it.
Is that really what happened, though? Or is it that Dirty Poppy found a way to get infatuated with the only thing that he cares about is his one identity, and that is the cream?
I don't want anybody to be
one
fooled.
eye.
I don't want anybody to be fooled out here. Chris Runyon loves Luscious Lawrence so much. Whenever
Yes.
he's not on microphone, he calls him a clean poppy, and he takes this doll with him everywhere he goes.
We gotta. For the
It does
record,
show
those
up
of
everywhere
people
you
that are
go.
watching, my wife, that I love dearly, went to his table not once but twice within this year, and gave me 2 haunted dolls that do nothing but terrorize me.
Don't let him fool you guys.
He enjoys every minute of it.
He loves this. He loves Luscious Lawrence. Don't let anybody.
Shit.
Matt, he's just looking at me.
I'm going for Brandon and Ashton.
I love Beretta and Ashton Adonis as a tag team right now.
That's who I'm going for.
I think they're fantastic. I think that they're always the right bet, honestly. So what else we got, Tony Bryan?
Let's see. So a lot of this is who challenges. We don't know a lot of this stuff that we talked about last week. However, I will say that you guys did correctly predict that the OVW Heavyweight Champion would be decided by a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So congratulations for correctly sifting that was going to be David Voxmullen's very important message. So, yeah, that's about all we had from last week because it was so. Did you already do the predictions, Bumper, Malachi, and do it your own way?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
it was great.
As far as you know, yes, it was.
So let's go ahead and pull up the magic window now. So this is the graphic they had on the show last week. With the belt, and we've already seen 2 of the matches of the 4 preliminary matches for this tournament, which was Jack Vaughn versus Crixus and Donovan Cecil versus Tony Gunn. So now we know. So here's what we know is still to come.
If I could,
Sure, of course you can.
almost as important as the matches that we saw the fallout of those matches. Jack Vaughn and Donovan Cecil. I think that they've been working on being friends, honestly, is the way that I kind of see it. I think that there's a thing that these guys kind of admire about each other, and they want to spend time around each other. Any element of that actually existed is gone now. This is now a blood feud. We are not worried about Twister. We are not worried about Operation. We are worried about whooping ass. So I think worried about Operation. We are worried about whooping ass. So I think that opportunity for Donovan Cecil in and around the heavyweight title picture. Unfortunately, he didn't win, but the fallout from those matches were almost as important in terms of what we're going to be seeing on OVW television. So sorry.
No, I agree. I'm excited for Jack Vaughn, Donovan Cecil when they finally get around to actually having matches again. The Twister
it's
stuff
coming.
was funny.
It's
I enjoyed
coming.
it, but I'm ready for some actual action.
They are very entertaining, both of
Yeah,
them.
they have wonderful chemistry. Wonderful.
Do you
chemistry.
you want a scoop?
I love some scoop.
Jack Vaughn and Donovan Cecil will both be at the Spot Monkey show in Adams County at the Adams County Fair on July 7th.
Oh, that would be what, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird night for wrestling unless you're WWE.
Unless you're at the fair.
I guess that's true.
It's the fair, baby.
It's the fair. Anything goes.
It is not a fair without wrestling and funnel cakes.
All's fair
At the fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the matches we know are still to come in this tournament.
That's
shall
where
we?
we met Matthew. Matthew and I were reminiscing about that recently.
That's right. That was
Earlier.
last year at the Kentucky State
The
Fair.
Kentucky State Fair.
Yeah.
Kentucky State Fair, one of the all-time great Kentucky traditions. Honestly, one of my favorite things that happens in this state.
Shackman, it was super hot out.
It was about as hot as it is in this
I was
studio
about to ask,
right
was
now.
it as hot as it was today? 'Cause
Yeah.
this was sweltering, man. This is,
Stupid hot.
yeah.
No, it was a little hot, but I got to see all those pigs, and that was cool. I loved it.
My wife wants to buy a pig. Where are we going to put a pig at, though?
You just get like a potbelly pig, like a little one. They're about the size.
Sorry,
of
I
a-
had to say, because every time when you said it, this makes me think of what she wants.
They're about
with
the
that.
size of a chihuahua, and they're well behaved and they're smart.
Your wife wants to buy a pig?
She wants a pig. She
I
wants
know
a,
this is a wrestling show, but I can't leave that one alone. What does she want? I'm sorry.
She has this idea that we can have farm animals.
In
And-
the house?
Yes.
Okay.
She wanted, this is the same, I love her to death, but she wanted a dolphin to be put in a bathtub.
Okay, that one's a little more of a pipe dream, but like a pig, I think is like manageable.
We don't.
I'm not encouraging it necessarily. I just see it more than the dolphin.
All I'm saying is the lady across the street from me has chickens, and I have farm fresh
Oh, she wants
eggs
that
for
too.
breakfast every day. And I
You guys are not supposed to be encouraging this. Just like,
how could you not? It's self-sustainability.
Does she
sit.
Does she want it for food purposes or for
Oh, no.
entertainment value?
No, she's just she just loves animals. She's just
Right
a
on,
very
no.
big avid animal lover, and I love that about her, and I am too, but we don't have enough space. We barely have enough space for us and our fur babies that we got now.
And all your luscious Lawrence dolls.
Yes, and at this point I keep getting one every like 6 months, and I'm talking about you.
Do you have a subscription to the Luscious Lawrence Plush Buddy Club?
No, I don't think I do, but then again, I don't know what my wife's got me involved in.
I see.
So just
It's like a cult.
just a suggestion. If you got a pig, you get a spider.
I don't like where this is going.
They will
but
be
all
best
right.
friends.
They'll be really good friends.
Yeah.
And the spider will start writing messages about the pig above the pig.
In
In the
spider
web.
In
Yeah.
spider webs, yes.
You do realize this reminds me a lot of Charlotte's Web, right?
Oh, I did see that documentary,
Yes.
and it did show me that spiders and pigs were really good friends.
It sounds like a lot like Charlotte's
Yeah.
Web.
Yeah,
I'm just
spiders become literate when they befriend pigs. It's
You know
just
what?
the way
I'm
it is.
giving you all of y'all deductions for encouraging this bad behavior. And yes, I'm talking to you too up there.
Shackman,
Yes, yes, sir.
if they got a pig, they should name it Little Luscious.
I think I should name it Big Luscious because I'm envisioning a big old pig here.
Can't we please move forward with something else other than pigs and these
I'm just
horrible
saying
dolls?
it's fair season, and you're going to be seeing pigs at the fair if you go. And
I'm going to be at Amazon. I have a reason not to be at the fair. So,
All right.
So
why
you're
don't
gonna
we-
let her choose the pig by herself?
oh, I didn't even think of that. I'll have to come up with something.
While Chris contemplates his fate, why don't we talk about some of these upcoming tournament matches?
Yes, please. Let's do that.
Pretty sure tomorrow we're going to see one Louisville's own Dustin Jackson taking on Trifecta member Anthony Katina.
Oh, those boys can't get out of each other's hair, can they?
No, they cannot. Do we have a prediction for this? Brian, what do you think?
I mean, if I go with my heart, I'm going to say Dustin Jackson because, he was champion. He just had to relinquish his title, but he's healthy enough to be competing again. We saw him rip off the neck brace last week during his six-man tag team match. But Anthony Katina, though, I mean, he could beat you one-on-one. He has beaten him one-on-one. But
Certainly beat me one-on-one.
Is it? Everybody could beat you one-on-one.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Not everybody.
we'll see. It's a different topic for a different time. But is it going to be just Anthony Katina? I don't know, man. There's two other people in the trifecta. Do I see this as a one-on-one match? Highly doubted. But I'm still going to go with Jackson.
Okay. Brian took Louisville's favorite son, Jackman. Who are you taking?
That's a toughie, right? Dustin Jackson just came off, had to, unfortunately, like you said, relinquish that title. Just came off of a great title. I saw that comment, too. I saw that comment. It was very funny. And he, on top of, this great title run that he's come off of, he is one of the most charismatic and fun wrestlers at OVW right now. And there's always room at the top of the card for a guy with Dustin Jackson's skill set. The thing about Anthony Katina, though, is I think he plays a little bit longer of a game than Dustin Jackson does. I think he's a little bit more strategic. I think Dustin Jackson can often, and this is one of his great qualities, but it can be one of his downfalls as well. He carries a certain amount of hubris with him, right? Anthony Katina is a planner. Anthony Katina comes with a plan. Anthony Katina has friends. I'm going Anthony Katina.
All right.
Chris, Matthew?
What do you think, Matthew?
It's kind of hard.
Sure. It's a difficult choice.
Chris, what do you think?
I think it's very simple. You can just do a one-hand gesture to it.
Well, you saw that coming.
Listen, here's the deal. Gentlemen, for the better part of a year since I've been going to OVW, Dustin Jackson, I will say this, the dude is super talented. He is a very, very nice person. But being nice doesn't get you to the tip top. And listen, the whole ripping off the neck brace thing, let's just call it what it is. How do you get that better that quickly? All right. Mm-hmm. Did we even really know if he was really injured? Or was he afraid of potential competitors like Anthony Katina in the trifecta? Let's also not forget, since Katina has returned, he has literally been in there with some of the best that we've seen. You look what Brandon Beretta and Adonis has been able to do by his side, what all three of them have been able to do. It wasn't just too long ago. What was everybody at, Hot Point Davis Arena saying to Beretta? Saying, gobble, 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 right? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? They've got the gold, baby. And the trifecta don't give a you-know-what, because you can read between the lines. And nothing's going to change with that. Katina is on a roll. Beretta and Adonis, the trifecta, you don't like it, you better learn to love it, just like I said that about the Revolution, because it's true, and facts don't care about your feelings. I'm sorry, people. This is 2025. You don't like it, grow up.
Shackman.
Yes, Matthew.
I'm going for Dustin.
You liking Dustin in this one?
All right.
We're split right down the middle, guys.
Wow, it doesn't get any more close than that. You guys are feel like I should break the tie, but I'm not going to do that.
Malachi, who you got? Break the tie.
Grixis.
Yes!
That was not who they were talking about, Malachi, but
no, here's the thing. I'll take it because Malachi took one look at the bracket overall and said Crixus is the winner.
Somewhere there's a Scotsman.
He's a smart man. Smart man.
All right, let's move on to the next match that is actually scheduled. That would be the another member of the trifecta in this form. In this case, Ashton Adonis.
By himself?
By himself. Yeah, these are all one-on-ones. Taking on one Cal Hero.
Oh, we're still looking at the bracket.
Yes, we are.
I realize.
We are bracketing. Well, we know that you're anti-hero, so, Chris.
What gave it away?
I wonder what did. I can't seem to put my finger on it,
It seems like our friend Matthew might also be anti-hero over there. Is that true? You pulling for Cal Hero?
Yeah.
You like Cal? Okay. Every little while.
Don't think with your heart, Jackman. I know he's your boy.
Every little while, we ask ourselves the question as a fan base. When are they going to give it to Cal Hero? That it, obviously, is the belt, the title, the championship, the heavyweight championship, the big one, right? The one, the top of the card. I know that we have the U.S. championship, But I view the U.S. Championship as something a little bit more ethereal and a little less solid than the OVW Heavyweight Championship, because the OVW Heavyweight Championship is an OVW-specific belt. The U.S. Championship, I get the feeling that it's kind of designed to be taken elsewhere, right? This would be a huge moment for Cal Hero and a huge moment for a ton of people watching in the Davis Arena. We ask ourselves this. We've asked ourselves over the course of this podcast. It's got to be Cal, right? It's got to be Cal, right? When is it going to be Cal? It's so obvious that Cal is going to be heavyweight champion one day that you continuously feel as if you're the horse trying to get the carrot when he gets put in situations and he doesn't walk away the victor. I think you guys know where I'm leaning. Cal Hero.
All right. Brian?
He is Cal Hero in so many ways. I'll say this one last thing. Cal Hero in so many ways is OVW. Period.
Sure. Brian, what do you think?
Well, you basically have the same argument that you had with Jackson and Katina. I mean, Hero is as solid as they come. He's held practically every other title as far as I can tell, minus this one. But then again, Ashton Adonis, solid tag team champion right now. Pretty tight with a couple other guys. They pal around all the time. I don't know. Right now, I'm more preoccupied with what could happen. I mean, right now, does it stand that we are going to see Crixus versus Gunn?
Yes.
Yes.
So we could also be looking at trifecta versus trifecta in the form of Katina versus Adonis.
If they both win their preliminaries, yes, that's what we would end up with.
A lot of meat on the bone here.
I mean, before I said Jackson. Does that necessarily mean this time I'll say Hero? I now that we're in the middle of this conversation, I'm rethinking it. I kind of feel like the trifecta have a plan to make it to where Katina and Adonis both win, to ensure that one of them has a 50-50 shot at getting the gold.
Right. So yeah, you've already taken Katina in the previous. So you want Adonis in this one?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Smart man. Smart man.
Like,
Well, they're a smart group.
there's
Got that right.
There's potential trifecta matchup in the next round. There's also potential fanny pack party matchup in the next round.
That's true too.
This as a tournament, the seeding, the bracket could not be more salivating.
No,
It's fantastic.
unless
Just
of course there was bacon involved.
right, but
In with the bacon.
the possibilities that this thing ensured us of just at the outset of its announcement, fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff.
Shackman,
Yes, sir.
we do wish Larkin a happy birthday.
Oh, it is Miss Larkin's birthday as well.
Yes, it is.
My good old friend, lovely Miss Larkin. Happy birthday to you, my friend.
If we had a cake, we would cut it with an invisible knife.
And it's who's
Haunted dolls, what are you doing?
that was the doll. That was a little
Yeah,
that was a little uncanny.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Outer
this is
rims
this is what happens.
How could you not?
That was a little uncanny. I did
Yeah,
not-
imagine this happening at 1 o'clock in the morning when you're in a deep sleep.
And imagine it happen if you have to take care of a pig.
I'm not going to have that to worry with. I don't think. At least I hope not.
I'm fully convinced now. I kind of want to see the pig.
I'm all about it.
Fine.
She's already got the name. She wants to name it Jasper.
Oh, you are getting.
Yeah,
I
you're
have
getting
some
that
unfortunate news for you, friend. you
are
are
eight.
getting that pig.
Yeah.
Fine.
What?
Haunted, luscious through it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It did move a little bit. Anyways, I digress, people. I apologize for people watching at home. I am a little on edge for multiple reasons.
That
And-
was kind of creepy.
It was. Yeah. I'm.
Yeah, I don't know what that noise was.
I'm more convinced. I take back a little bit of what I said earlier. I still think that Chris loves Luscious uncontrollably, but I am a little bit more convinced that this thing is haunted now.
I've been trying to tell y'all for months. Now I got 2 of them. You want to take them home?
No, I'm good.
That's a deduction for you.
What else we got, Tiny Brian?
Hang on just a second here. Actually, while I'm getting signed back in, YouTube decided to sign me out and sign me in with my personal account.
Well, hey,
instead
thanks a
of the-
pant load, YouTube.
Yep, so I'm trying to get back into it. While I'm doing that, and I'm back now.
And we're back.
Let's.
It sounds like a Schwab stick.
I
Yeah, it
think
probably was.
it probably was.
Yeah, the front office is a little chaotic right now. We're moving things around, so I wouldn't be at all surprised.
What are we doing with the jukebox?
Well, we got to make it work first.
Taking it to my house?
Maybe later. We do have one more that we know is coming, and we don't know if this is going to be.
We're getting another jukebox?
No.
Oh.
Match. We don't know if we're going to get this tomorrow or on Tuesday, but one way or the other, we do know that Crixus is going to take on Tony Gunn to advance to the finals of the tournament.
Well, one of them will. Yeah, one of them. The winner will advance.
Yes. So who do we want to? Let's go ahead and predict that now. Jackman, Crixus, Gunn. Who you got?
I'm going Crixus on that one. I just think that he has a lot of momentum in his corner, and there's a lot to be said about a guy that's as passionate as Crixus and a wrestler as passionate as Crixus doing something purely kind of unselfish, especially when, you have Tony Gunn coming out last week and saying, kind of, I'm going to be the fourth champion, just very kind of arrogant about his potential chances with the heavyweight title. Crixus is fighting from a genuine place, and Crixus is fighting for himself, and that's as plain as I can put it. When a guy is motivated purely to do something for himself, that can be a very special thing, and I think Crixus will probably advance Tony Gunn.
All right, so Jackman takes Crixus. Brian.
So, I think that I agree with my co-host Jackman Oaks. On one hand, you've got the Scottish War Machine, Crixus, who was the former champion, who never lost the belt, against Click Click Boob, Shotgun Tony Gunn.
I thought you were going to talk about Steven Steele.
No, that's a whole other discussion for another time.
Crixus would lose. Crixus would lose.
Seductive, Steven Still. Get it right.
Yeah.
You know who I want to see come back and knock Steven Steele, seductive Steven Steele down a peg? Buzz Backlund.
Oh.
Wouldn't you pay money to see Buzz
He would do
Backlund
it,
versus
yeah.
seductive Steven
I
Steele?
wonder what he's doing now.
Shackman,
Yes, Matthew.
if Buzz Backlund came back, him versus Steven Steele.
Mm-hmm. Who do I think would win? First off, I just want to say, I one of my favorite things about wrestling is seeing the poster. Kind of what we see during this segment, seeing the poster before seeing the match announcement. Right, the match announcement poster alone sells tickets. Steven Steele, Buzz Backlund. I want to say that out front. Buzz Backlund proved himself to be very formidable in a very short amount of time. I think Steven Steele has still not gotten to that level for me. So just based off of experience, I've got to go Buzz in this situation. But I'm not saying that Steven can't get there. I just haven't seen as much of him as I saw of Buzz.
I remember when Buzz won the West Division?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
he
places Pat
was
Patterson would say went banana.
Banana.
Yeah.
Went banana.
That was, Buzz Backlund had a very unteachable quality to him, and was a great professional wrestler and a special kid.
He's a great human being
Great
too.
Yeah.
We wish him nothing but the best, whatever he's doing, because that kid is whatever he decides to do is going to have a lot of success, no
I'm
matter what
so
he does.
glad that we captured like an interview with him. Came down in full bow tie. Just go back and look at go over there. We haven't even mentioned our YouTube channel this episode.
That was a year ago.
Go over there. Roll back in those interviews. You will find that interview with Buzz Backlund. It is worth the 20 minutes of your life.
He put Jackman in his place too.
Yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes after that.
I haven't seen him smoke a cigarette since then.
Quit smoking cigarettes after that. As per the question at hand, Matthew, between Tony Gunn and Crixus, who you got?
I got Crixus.
Crixus, wonderful choice.
Yeah.
Wonderful choice. And Mr. Runyon.
Scottish War Machine, all day, twice on Sunday, no questions asked. Get the man his whiskey, because we're going to be celebrating not just this week, but it's going to be at Independence Rage too, because he's taken back what he never lost, people, and that's only the beginning. So that's all I'm going to say.
Crixus Summer this summer? Is that what you're saying?
It is going to be the summer of Crixus.
Crixus Summer this summer. All right.
And
Tiny
he seems
Brian.
like he'd be so mad about the heat. You know, if you give him the summer, he's just going to be yelling about how hot it is the whole time. Don't we want to maybe give Crixus the autumn when it's a little cooler and maybe more comfortable
Nah,
for him?
the heat's good for pissing people off.
That is just true.
I mean, seriously, have you noticed like the vibe around people?
Oh yeah, summer makes.
I mean, people are short and they give really smart
I'm not that
responses, and I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. I know it's hot out, everybody's miserable, but you don't have to be a
Brian,
what?
I think it was last year when they had no AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was
around this
actually
time
right
last year.
around this time last year before
Yep.
we went on that
Was.
shutdown for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was the OVW summer vacation last year. Hopefully, we never have to do that
Well,
again.
that was a weird couple of months.
You know, this makes a lot of sense what you just said, because that is what my father, the greatest father that anybody could ever ask for, and we wish you well, Leather Daddy Doug, because we love you, because Al Stowe has been so short with my father for over a year, and probably longer than that for more what we know,
So you
because of
think
the
Al's
heat.
hot?
Because, yeah, my father gets no respect. I just want to say that.
I'm sure no one is more disappointed than you, Chris, about kind of the current state of the revolution, if there even is one.
I just want everybody to know, 6 months down the line, even maybe another year, you will remember a time where you're going to be like, man, I missed the machine. And that's a straight shoot. We should be very, very grateful that we had someone like him not only teaching the new students at the academy, everything he's done for OVW, everything he's done for professional wrestling. Say what you want about Leather Daddy Doug on screen. The man behind the screen wears a lot of hats, and he's paid and sacrificed his blood, sweat, and tears for this sport. And, you know, that's just a straight shoot.
I can say in all honesty that Doug has treated me with a lot of class, and I very much appreciate it, especially at the time that we met. Without getting into details, for Doug to treat me the way that he treated me meant a lot, and was very, 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 very classy of him.
Yes. I wish him nothing but the best, whatever, he decides to do moving forward. But I'm just saying, like, we don't realize how good we have something until it's gone. And, just want people to remember that. They can hate on him all they want on the screen, but he's done a lot. He's done a whole lot.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about one that we know is coming in this tournament, or did we already? The Cecil no, we did. Let's talk about the other fight that we know is about to come.
Mm-hmm.
Cecil versus Vaughn. We know that's either going to be tomorrow or it's going to be the following Tuesday.
It's brewing.
It's brewing. So when they finally get him a ref and somebody rings a bell, gentlemen, who do you think's going to pull it out?
Well, we're not getting just one of those.
No.
I'll say that at the outset of this conversation. We're not getting just one Donovan Cecil Jack Vaughn match. We're going to get a handful of these because these guys, they're not going to be able to leave it in the ring after the first one, quite honestly. These are two extremely ambitious guys, much like I said about Crixus, two extremely passionate guys. And unlike Crixus, who's still in the tournament, they're about to enter the ring with the reason that they failed to make, advance in the tournament. So there's a lot of bad blood there. I think that Donovan Cecil has all of the tools right now to win a feud against someone like Jack Vaughn, because Jack Vaughn, he always has something. He always has something to fall back on. He always has a plan B or a C or a D. It's just with Donovan Cecil right now, I think all of the pieces have been coming together for a long time, and I think that they've all finally locked into place. And I think long term, I would have to go with Donovan Cecil.
Brian, do you have a different opinion?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that you guys have completely just, disregarded anything beyond a wrestling match between the two of them at this point.
Do you think we're going to do more smoldering with some Chinese checkers?
Well, let me ask you this. Out of the three of us, who's been to Davis in the last month?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Raise your hand. You?
Yeah,
No?
I was there.
Yeah? Where'd you sit?
Next to Matthew.
Matthew? Did he sit next to you last Thursday? Thursday before?
Say yes.
Hard reset? No.
Say yes.
All right, moving on.
I'm just saying. I don't think we're going to see the end of that just yet. I mean, there will be matches at some point, sure, but is there going to be anything before those matches? It's a pretty good possibility. I don't know.
So you don't think we're going to see a match between them before Hard Reset?
I think you'll get both.
Or think of
I think that
Independence
you will
Rage.
get a little bit of both. It's going to be a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. You'll
Okay.
get some in-ring action, but you're going to get some build-up between the two because it's almost like a sibling rivalry at this point.
Shackman,
Yes, Matthew.
do you think Von Rocket is gonna be back?
I'm sure as soon as he gets off the road, he's touring right now out there, pleasing tens of thousands of
This
Von
is the
Rocket,
Southeast Asian leg of the Ryan Von Rocket Summer 2025 tour.
just out there putting smiles on all the Von Maniacs' faces. And as soon as he's back, or as soon as he's done with that, I'm sure that
Sounds like he's still in Seductive Stephen Stills thing. The time for teasing is done. It's time for some pleasing. I can't do it as good as he
On
can.
that note, how about
nobody
we?
can. Nobody can. Let's. You wanna throw it away? Well, you wanna throw it away? You wanna go to our final segment? We'll go throw to commercial and come back. Is that
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Hi, this is Roy Bishop, and we're in the OVW Fanzone.
Welcome back. Final segment, OVW Fanzone Live. This is where fans talk back, and this is the segment they do it in. My name is Jack Minogue.
I'm Brian Hines.
We're joined by honorary hosts at this point, Chris Runyon and Matthew Berry. Guys, thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening.
Thank you, guys.
And happy birthday, Matthew. Matthew, I see you have some cake there. Feel free to eat it if you want to. Who's the card from, Matthew?
It's from me and my wife.
That's
and,
awesome.
And at this point, I don't know if the
that's
doll.
awesome.
I don't know if the dolls wrote in it either. I hope not. But,
Just scrawled some ancient sigils. So let's get into some of the questions and comments we've gotten through the course of the evening. Let's start with our old pal and member of the Fan Zone 1, Roy Bischoff.
Roy.
We were asking about what everybody thought about the heavyweight championship tournament, and Roy says it's being overshadowed by the Rush division. How do you guys react to that? What do you think? Do you think the Rush division has more heat than the heavyweight division? Right
the
now?
Rush division is seductive right now, baby. That's why it's being overshadowed.
It's nothing but heat at this point.
Shackman,
Yes,
do
Matthew.
you think there's gonna be a women's tag team division?
Ooh.
I think that as strong as the women's division is right now, there is a little bit of a deficit of talent for that. I'd love to see it. I think any sort of parity between the two divisions would be very, very welcome. I know that I would welcome it. I just think that for as entertaining and as strong as the women are in the division right now, there's just not enough of them for tag teams, unfortunately, or to there is enough of them for tag teams, but there maybe isn't enough for them to prioritize tag teams.
I think Larkin and her therapist would be a good tag team.
We do have a super chat from one DJ Eric. Matthew, throw the cake into Chris's face. As the man who has to clean the studio, I'm going to ask you not to do that, actually.
I will pay you more to do it.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, well, if you'll clean the studio, Brian.
Matthew, you don't have to do that. That is
I'm the one that cleans the studio anyway. You guys always bounce after the show, and I'm the one who's here cleaning up. So,
all right.
Is that a deduction?
It is a big-ass deduction is what that is.
Matthew, if you love me, please do not throw that cake in my face.
If you want to make $5, you know what to do.
He wouldn't even cover my back. He's not going to.
Hey, DJ Eric's got 5. I got 5 too. There's 10.
You know what? DJ Eric needs to quit giving money like that.
You can get like 2 gallons of gas for that.
He's already given that $5 to OVW. They don't give it back. So let's see. Cosmic Joe Chronicles wonders, what size sports bra does seductive Steven Steele wear? Anyway, I just found that funny.
Yeah.
I have a question from the chat.
Sure.
That I wanted to bring up. How are there 2,000 people in the fan zone and only 19 people watching?
It's summertime.
They probably have better stuff to do?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
They watch it later.
That's a deduction.
Oh, yeah.
Big deduction.
Let's see.
Nah, we got the 19 best people watching. So.
Fine.
What?
Shall we sing happy birthday to Larkin?
If you want to.
You want to sing to her, Matthew?
You want to sing in the chat?
That's ambitious, Matthew. And who's we? That's what I want to know.
Is it you and the mouse in your pocket?
Wendy does wants to remind Matthew that Chris is his ride. So
Wendy is so smart. She is the best.
That-
Yeah,
that
Matthew,
is a
I
pretty
am your
valid point.
ride. You got to remember that.
let's see here.
Who said that?
Junk Punch Hero
Wendy.
says, wait, Hero hasn't been the champ before?
Not with that belt.
Mm-mm.
He's been the media championship. He's been the rush champion. He's been part of the tag champions.
He was the concession stand champion, no less.
He was, in fact, the concession stand champion. And
I won't even go there with what I want to say.
I mean, we all know you're anti-hero over there, so.
I mean,
Junk Punch Hero says he just assumed that Cal was the new John Cena of OVW. What do you guys think about that notion?
I mean, what
Come
does
on,
that mean? It would be my first question. It's like I understand what a little bit of the implication would be, but like the difference is that like one guy really liked John Cena.
Was it John Cena?
No, his name was Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Ah, I see.
There's a lot of people and I'm talking not people who make decisions behind the scenes. I'm talking about people in the audience that love Cal Hero. And we can get into the dynamics of WWE during that period all day long. It's a different podcast, obviously, but at what people consider like the big match John period where he just was squashing everybody. That show was an audience for one person, and it was an audience for the person who wrote it. So I think that the dynamics are very, very different for Cal Hero and John Cena.
Brian, what do you say if Cody Rhodes came back to OVW for one day?
Oh, I think that would be fantastic. I would absolutely love it. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But, in wrestling, never say never. Card's subject to change and all that.
I do hope they find some place bigger than Davis Arena to have the show if they're going to book Cody Rhodes.
oh,
for
they'd
one
have a
day.
line out to the park
So
or
they
out
could-
to the road.
Yeah, they could book the Yum Center, and I
Yeah.
think they just about fill it. You guys had the experience of doing the Cody Rhodes. Well, all of you did. Some of you
Yeah.
successfully, and
Some of us made it, and some of us didn't.
Such a nice person. Like, just what you see with him, he is who he is.
He
And
was super nice to me.
yeah, oh yeah, he took his time with Matthew, and I was trying to walk away to give more people space to come up, and he said, hold on. He said, wait a minute, what's your name? And literally wanted to shake my hand, and is just a very personable person and just very kind, and you don't see that much with people.
I'm very glad. I'm so extremely glad to hear that, and so extremely glad that you guys got to go.
Yeah. 6 hours, what was it, 7 hours we waited?
that's
It was a lot. It was a long time.
Last comment, Becky, concession stand Becky, OVW Academy Becky.
I love
one of
her.
my
She's
favorite
awesome.
people, Miss Becky Katie herself. When you were basically giving the eulogy for Doug Basham for some reason, she's like, I don't really think Doug is going anywhere.
That's a deduction.
So,
I hope she's right. I don't know. I'm trying to not get my hopes very, very high because I know my father is a very busy man.
he is an in-demand instructor as well as a wrestler.
Yes.
So he's got a lot
I hope
going
she's
on
right,
there.
as she knows more than I would know. So I take Miss Becky's word for it.
She knows a lot about OVW, that is for sure.
All right, we're getting down towards the end here, so let's do the calendar.
Happy birthday, Miss Larkin. Happy birthday, Matthew.
Yep.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday.
And to your therapist, happy birthday, therapist Larkin.
Yes. Tomorrow, Hot Point Davis Arena, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. Doors open 6:15. Overdrive at 6:30. 7 o'clock, they're doing OVW Rise for 2 solid hours of action. Going to see some tournament matches in that heavyweight division. Next Tuesday, they're going to do it again. The Tuesday night tradition resumes, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. That will probably be recorded for a Thursday broadcast, but we don't know for certain. Wow, nothing.
Little
that's
luscious.
just all.
Why are you
That
doing
is-
this stuff
that
on
is
here?
crazy.
That's
What are you kids doing back
thing
there?
just hit my foot.
It's the dolls.
That is a deduction.
Are
And
you
we
going to
just-
give the deduction to the dolls because they deserve it?
One for you two. Fine.
Thank you.
Then next sometime
Tuesday.
next Tuesday they're doing the Tuesday night tradition. That's OVW Independence Rage. Make sure you're there for that, or if not, you can catch it on YouTube, catch it on Fight, or do they still call it Fight, or is it Triller now, or was
Is
it
Triller?
Yeah, so catch it on Triller, catch it on Fight, catch it on other. They stream on various places depending on your area. Check your local listings. We may, given that they're going to be doing a Tuesday show that we can't talk about on Wednesday, we may take next Wednesday off for the holiday, given that it is Independence Day week.
I think we got work off. Just saying.
I know you got work off for the holiday.
I couldn't remember if it was Wednesday, if it started Wednesday or not. But
I'm not certain, but yeah, we may take that off. But sometime soon on a Wednesday, we will be right back here for Fanzone Live.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Jack Minoaks.
Brian Hines.
For all